Hypnosis Explained. Someone closes their eyes, hears a slow voice, and begins to drift, not asleep, but not fully awake either. That state, somewhere between relaxation and focus, is where hypnosis begins. Hypnosis isn't mind control or magic. It's a psychological process that uses focused attention and suggestion to temporarily change how someone experiences reality. It's been used in therapy, entertainment, and, in darker contexts, manipulation. But no matter the setting, hypnosis typically follows a clear sequence of stages. The first stage is preparation, often called the pre-induction phase. This is where trust is built. The person leading the process, called the hypnotist, sets expectations, explains what will happen, and starts to shape how the subject thinks about the experience. This stage is subtle but essential. A person won't respond to suggestions if they don't feel safe or engaged. The hypnotist's tone, rhythm, and confidence all matter here. They're not just talking, they're guiding the subject's attention and lowering resistance. Next comes induction. This is the process of entering the hypnotic state. It usually involves focusing on something simple, a visual target, a sound, or even the sensation of breathing. The hypnotist uses calm, repetitive language to draw the person inward. The body relaxes. The mind narrows its focus. External distractions begin to fade. The goal isn't sleep. It's a state of concentrated calm, where the conscious mind becomes quiet and more suggestible. After that comes the deepening phase. The hypnotist might count down, use metaphors like going deeper, or guide the subject through imagined sensations, like sinking into a soft chair or floating downward. Each step helps the person move further into a state of trance. At this point, the brain becomes more open to suggestion, not because it's shut off, but because it's less analytical. The usual mental filters that question and resist information are temporarily relaxed. Then comes the suggestion stage. This is where changes are introduced. In therapeutic settings, suggestions might target habits or stress. In more manipulative settings, they might guide perception or behavior. The key here is that suggestions are framed in ways the subject is ready to accept. The hypnotist doesn't force, they lead. And because the subject's focus is heightened and their critical thinking is lowered, suggestions often feel like natural thoughts rather than planted ones. Finally, there's the termination phase, or re-alerting. The hypnotist gradually brings the person back to full awareness, usually by counting up or reversing the deepening process. The subject may feel like they've been away for just a few minutes, even if more time has passed. Once awake, the effects of the suggestions can linger, sometimes subtly, sometimes strongly, depending on the depth of the trance and the person's level of responsiveness. Each of these stages, preparation, induction, deepening, suggestion, and termination, relies on timing, tone, and the subject's willingness to follow along. Hypnosis doesn't remove control, it reshapes focus. And when used deliberately, each stage becomes part of a methodical process that can gently shift perception, belief, or behavior, without a person ever realizing how far they've been guided.